Africa. He moved to Oklahoma City in 1990 and served several jobs directing youth programming for the East Side YMCA, for the Norman Parks Department, and for the Guthrie Jobs Corps Center. He's a member of several boards and organizations and is the president-elect of the National Convocation of the Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, in the United States and Canada. For the last 23 years, he's been married to the love of his life, Carmen, who's here, and they are the proud parents of King David and Naomi Marie. Pastor Jackson, it's yours.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I want to apologize for those who may have seen the name Jesse Jackson and expected to see someone else. I always have to answer two questions when I speak to an audience that I've never before seen. I answer your first two questions by saying yes and no. Your first question is always, is that your real name? Yes. Were you named after that other guy? No, I'm Junior. I was named after my father. But I'm delighted to be with you all this evening, and I am delighted to be in the presence of other people, other like-minded people who realize that, there is no other place to go. There is no other planet. So we keep acting like we have another place to go in our legislation, in our action, in our allowing money to dominate this world. I'm a minister by trade, as Batch said, and so I can't help but go into pastoral mode, and I promise you I won't really preach, but I do need a little call and response today. I need you all to repeat this word, greed. 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 At the bottom of everything that we're talking about today is that word right there, greed. Greed. In a sermon I had today, I read something in Ephesians that put greed on the same level as idolatry. The first commandment says that you should not have any other gods before me. Anything that would possibly get in between you and God is an idol. We have made money and everything that money can buy an idol. And our idolatry has caused this fracking. Our idolatry has caused all of this asthma that we have. This idolatry has caused our water supply to be punished. Our water supplies, our trees to disappear. Just the absolute desolation of everything that I believe God gave us. Psalm 24 says that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and all that dwell within it. I just have 5 sorrowful words for us today. These are the 5 sorrowful words that we often hear when we begin to talk about these things we're talking about today. Somebody ought to do something. Those are 5 sorrowful words. Somebody ought to do something. I'm standing here today to say that somebody is your middle name. Somebody, we are somebody. You see, it's no longer a question of if or when we're dealing with climate change. Climate change is here. This foolishness is here. The question is, what are we going to do about it? That's the only question. The people that are standing in this park today are the people that have decided, I cannot be bought. I cannot be bossed. And humanity and this entire earth is not worth me selling my soul for. Somebody say greed. Greed. Greed is at the bottom. It's at the heart of everything that we're dealing with. When you have legislators that ought to wear NASCAR jackets because they've been bought and paid for. Somebody say greed. Greed. When our water supply is damaged and our homes are beginning to break apart because we have all these fracking quakes. Somebody say greed. Greed. I don't have to wait on some other science. Everybody's talking about, well, let's wait on the science. Well, this is my science. We didn't have all that mess before we started fracking. I lived in Oklahoma 24 years. Now, we had more earthquakes in Oklahoma last year than they had in California. Somebody say greed. Greed. They're fracking here in Oklahoma, but they're not fracking in California. Somebody say greed. Greed. Greed is at the heart of all of this mess. And we have to love our earth more than we love money. Understand. in every funeral procession. I have never seen a Brinks truck. Nobody takes it with them.
No, they don't.
Nobody takes it with them. And there are things in this world that are absolutely, positively more important than money. I wouldn't trade my wife and my children for money. I wouldn't trade my freedom for money. I wouldn't trade the ability to the ability to breathe and the ability to live and survive for money. It's not worth it. And I'm here to say that we've got to move from mobilization to organization. What we have done today is a tremendous first step. We have mobilized. Do we have as many as they have in New York? No, but you don't need that many right now. All you need are a few people that are committed to changing things. All you need is somebody that's willing to say, you know what, I'm sick of this, and it's not getting ready to happen again. I often go back in my sermons and in my teaching to Montgomery, Alabama in 1954. And Rosa Parks one day, who had moved on the bus so many times, one day was just not the day. She said, I'm sick and tired of being sick. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. And one act of defiance right there set off a chain of events that still run today. I'm saying to you that we stand here today. I don't care that we don't have 3,000. I'm looking at you right now and I'm saying that this is enough. This is enough to begin. This is enough people to say, I'm tired. This is enough people to say, enough of this stuff. This is enough people to say, I will not be bought. I will not be bossed. I will not trade my environment for a 401k that I can't take with me anyway. 3 words: organize, agitate, and educate. We don't have as many here today because we've got to continue to educate. There's some people that would be here today, but they don't know what we know. And it's our job to teach them what we know. Agitation. Let me tell you, nothing happens in this world, nothing happens in this government without agitation. That's the very thing that happens when we put our clothes in the washer. It's not just the water that makes things clean, it's the agitation. It's the agitation that takes the dirt out. It's the agitation that makes things what they need to be. It's the agitation that brings things to the forefront. We have got to agitate, agitate, agitate. We have got to get on their nerve. They have to hate to see us coming because they already know the script, because they know what we're coming, and they know that they can't do anything about it. They know that they cannot dissuade us. They know that they can't trick us. They know that they can't fool us, and they know that they cannot buy us. When they see us, we ought to make them go out of the back doors. We must agitate, we organize, and we educate. Again, the reason that we don't have as many people here today as we want to have perhaps is because they don't know what we know. It's our job to do that. People come, we all come to things in our own time, at different times in our lives. And so some folks are just not ready for this yet. But I tell you what, the next time that we gather, I bet we have more. If we have done what we're supposed to do, the next time we gather, this place will be packed. Then after that, this would be too small for us to gather. I want to take this crowd and go to the state capitol. I want to take this crowd and knock on some doors. I want to take this crowd and say enough is enough. And I'm going to tell you, the people that are standing in this crowd are also people that vote. So when they don't understand anything else, they understand voting. They understand that we will cause so much agitation. And I'm not ashamed of that. I want somebody to be mad. Things don't happen if folks don't get mad at us, y'all. I'm willing to make somebody mad. Are you willing to make someone mad?
Yeah. Vote them out.
Are you willing to make someone as mad as you are?
Yeah.
I'm mad when I think about it. I'm mad when I'm awakened because of these quakes. I'm mad when I have to buy my own water. I'm mad when I cannot enjoy what I think God has given us. I'm mad about it, and because I'm mad about it, somebody else needs to get mad as well. The folk that seem to be cashing the checks and enjoying themselves, they need to be mad. I want to make them as uncomfortable as possible. I want to stay in their faces. I want to give them all of this agitation. And I'm here to tell us today that we must organize, we must agitate, and we must educate.